Spider-Man has a brand new life. Unfortunately for Peter Parker, his bad luck is still on the payroll. Hey, what's good, movie squad? It is time to hit the frame by frame starring this guy right here, who is spending way too much time at the movie theater just waiting for his chance to be on the big screen in a prestigious film. But you know what? I'm chilling on being on y'all's phone screen or ears for those that are listening. Today, we're having a big conversation that's been catching everyone in this web and perhaps some other surprises along the way. Before we put on the mask for today's episode, do your friendly neighborhood podcast host a favor. Don't leave me hanging from the web. Make sure your Spidey sense leads you to that like and subscribe buttons. Then swing this episode over to your fellow movie lovers. Every like, comment, and share helps this community grow. And I appreciate every single one of y'all coming along for the ride. Now, let's mask up and swing away into this episode because with great power comes great responsibility. In case that wasn't a big Easter egg for y'all, I'm talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, the newest entry in the Spider-Man franchise and Marvel entry, where he's not exactly the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man anymore. This time, he's older. He is lonelier. The stakes are a lot higher, but this emotional damage? Marvel said, oof, everybody finna catch these feelings. It picks up right after the heartbreaking ending of No Way Home. No Stark Tech, no Avengers, no safety net, just Peter with his homemade suit and New York with no therapist to go to for his mental health and somehow having to rebuild his life from scratch as there's a new threat in the mix. Spider-Man Brand New Day has already predicted to reach 2 to 2.5 billion by the end of its run. And it got 932 in its opening weekend, making it the second biggest global opening in movie history. He's just out here saying, I'm just a kid from Queens, while just casually moving the global box office. No big deal. Critics have been loving it with a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences have gone absolutely wild, giving it a 98% verified audience score. That is the kind of score that people leave the theater already looking up showtimes for round 2. Just like me with the Odyssey. All the hype online is about the debate of the ending, arguing where now Tom Holland lands alongside Toby and Andrew, and then somehow every third reel on Instagram starts with somebody out there captioning, Marvel is back. And you know what? It's honestly kind of surreal. I, I was a kid when I was first introduced to Tobey Maguire swinging across my movie screen. I grew up watching Spider-Man evolve through different actors, different generations, and somewhat different stories. Yet, in a weird way, Peter Parker kind of grew up alongside me. So sitting here reviewing Brand New Day doesn't just feel like another superhero film to review. To me, it feels like catching up with an old friend who has been a part of my life for 2 decades. It feels surreal yet comforting, you know? Peter Parker almost always wins by having to lose something very big, whether it's friends, family, love, opportunity. Those are the common factors. His greatest battles are usually emotional before they're physical. That's what separates him from almost every other superhero. We've watched Peter go from the awkward kid trying to figure out how to balance high school and superhero life to an Avenger and literally losing everything. And now we're watching him navigate adulthood. I'm going to kick it off with Tom Holland, the longest reigning Spider-Man that we had. And to be honest, this is his most emotionally mature performance of Peter Parker. And I want to emphasize on Peter in particular. When we first met Tom Holland's Peter, he was a high school teenager full of excitement, energy, while being a bit socially awkward sometimes. He wanted to be an Avenger, get Tony Stark's approval, and impress MJ, all while figuring out how to even be Spider-Man. And then every movie kept giving him loss after loss. Peter lost his Aunt May, MJ. He lost Ned, his mentor. And most importantly, he chose to let everybody forget him. He isn't playing this excited teenager from Homecoming anymore. He's carrying all of this emotional weight, and yet, like I mentioned before, no therapist on site. The math ain't mathin'. He delivers this grounded portrayal so well in literally the first time that we see a young adult Peter Parker and what he would be like. His charisma is still bright and he can still carry a movie so well. One of my favorite things about Tom Holland's performance is his ability to communicate without saying anything. We're seeing moments where Peter is just existing. He's walking the streets of New York, looking at people who don't know him, and he's just going about his day. And you can sense that loneliness. Nobody even knows who he is underneath the mask. I can't imagine. That's brutal. And Holland doesn't play that sadness as the constant melodrama. He lets it sit underneath the humor. And that is an important factor to keep in mind because Peter Parker doesn't stop being funny just because he's traumatized. He jokes because that's his coping mechanism. Now there's this sadness underneath the jokes. And I see that's where Tom has really matured as Peter. And he plays that beautifully. I also love how Brand New Day spends the time separating Peter Parker from Spider Man. And this is where Tom Holland finally gets his chance to explore that. Toby's Peter was about learning responsibility. Andrew's Peter was about grief and guilt. Tom's Peter has always been about connection, wanting to belong somewhere. Watching Peter interact with someone who used to know him better than almost anyone and now doesn't remember any of that memory, any of that relationship, whew, that's heartbreaking. That constant tension between I want to tell you everything, but I know I can't. I can't imagine being in that agony. And I'm going to be real with y'all. This is where the movie got personal for me. Toby was the first Spider Man that I knew, like most of us. And then Andrew gave us another interpretation. Tom became the Spider Man for a completely different generation. And now we're watching his Peter grow into adulthood at the same time that most of us are growing into young adulthood. I'm not necessarily saying that this is Tom Holland's best Spider Man performance because No Way Home is still incredibly difficult to beat emotionally, and that's at a high standard. But I do think that this is his most complete Peter Parker portrayal, and he sure is growing into his craft as an actor. Big props to Tom. Now, seeing Zendaya's MJ glow up, damn, Zendaya is a beautiful woman. Zendaya still has that dry, sarcastic energy that made MJ lovable, but there's also a sense of maturity here that reflects how much these characters have grown. Obviously, their chemistry is still fire. I'm sure y'all caught that Easter egg to the original OG with that rooftop scene. I know I caught that. And then seeing Ned, the gang is somewhat back together. And for a moment, that was great to see. I appreciate that Marvel doesn't treat these characters like they're just background decorations. They've been part of Peter's journey. And that is very important because with Peter Parker, it's always been about the people around him, the people who remind him of that Peter Parker exists underneath the suit. Seeing these characters back together had me thinking, it's giving a reunion tour. The way this movie lets these moments breathe, I was fascinated by it. Instead of rushing to the next CGI explosion every 5 minutes, we sit with Peter and process his emotions before another action scene occurs. That's what made Toby's movie resonate. That's what made No Way Home hit. And Brand New Day understands that. We see the moments that Peter has with MJ and the flashback scene with his aunt. We're rooting for him to just not go through anymore. I mean, maybe at this point, ChatGPT could be his secret therapist and then just wipe the drive and not keep any of the sessions recorded. I will say my favorite scene in Brand New Day is the one with him and the hand. Very well executed. Every Spider Man movie has a little bit of web fluid that doesn't quite stick. There were moments where I thought, oh, Marvel, you were this close to doing something absolutely insane. Instead, they chose the safer route once again. I mean, don't get me wrong, the movie is still wonderful, but there were opportunities that just felt missed and could have really been a game changer in the franchise. And by the way, I'm going to bring this up. Hollywood's worst kept secret. Y'all out here really acting like Sadie Sink's role was classified information. I saw every entertainment outlet out there just asking, who are you playing? And they're all, we can't reveal who she is. And the entire internet just had already connected the dots 6 months ago. At this point, it wasn't a secret. I've seen surprise birthday parties that kept quieter than that casting. I know I'm safe to reveal that role because it already got leaked by Steve Lacy before the premiere anyway. She is Jean Grey, y'all. Let me tell you something. A highlight of this movie was her performance as Jean Grey. She surely held up her own with her debut in the MCU. She delivered the heavy emotions. She captured our heart well. It was a fresh, compelling portrayal, which I loved seeing, and I truly cannot wait to see where she goes from here. Little side note. The director said that it was at his request for her character to appear, which it brings me to my question. Why? Now, hang on here. Hear me out. She isn't just some random mutant Marvel that just pulled out of the comic drawer. This is Jean Grey, one of the founding members of the X-Men. I understand what her character went through with the trauma, which Sadie absolutely sells well. Jean has this double-edged sword with her powers. Compassion and the fear behind it. But nonetheless, Sadie Sink was a scene stealer in this movie, and her character was a fascinating addition to this story. I'm kind of curious to see how Marvel is gonna put all of this together. Also, a couple supporting characters felt underutilized in my opinion, like Tombstone and Scorpion. After years of buildup, I was ready for the madness. I wanted Peter Parker to have a genuinely street level villain who's been sitting in that MCU waiting room since 2017. And Marvel finally brings him back, and we get this. Don't get me wrong. The moments that we do get of Scorpion are great. That's literally the problem. Marvel out here basically said, okay, that's enough. Show's over. And then close the curtain. What? I mean, come on now. We've been waiting since Homecoming. I needed more than a taste. Give me the whole entree, Marvel. And Tombstone, that's a blink and you'll miss a cameo. Marvel introduced Tombstone like he was about to become the next big crime boss of New York, and then gave him approximately the screen time of a guy who accidentally walked into the wrong movie. This man had been teased, marketed, theorized about. Tombstone deserved a storyline, and Scorpion deserved an actual arc. The action scenes were phenomenal. They really stepped up their game, and some of the shots that they did of the slow motion that were nods to the comic book. Oof. So before I hand out my Mingo grading, let's talk about the cultural impact of Brand New Day. Spider-Man has somehow managed to survive 3 different live-action generations, multiple studios and reboots, Tobey Maguire dancing, Andrew Garfield's heartbreak, Tom Holland's trauma, and somehow this man is still standing. Depending on who you ask, some of y'all will say no. It's either going to be Superman or Batman. For me, I actually think it's Spider-Man. I know Superman and Batman have longevity, but Mira, hear me out. 24 years after the very first live-action Spider-Man, it is still breaking box office records and is producing a lot of TikToks and cosplay, memes, and fan debates. Yo, that's not just popularity. That's cultural staying power. Everybody sees themselves in Peter Parker because he's not a billionaire. He's not a god. He's a kid, or was a kid, trying to figure out how to survive adulthood while carrying these heavy responsibilities that nobody else can see. That is his key, the relatability. After the multiverse saga, Marvel desperately needed to prove that audiences could still care about individual heroes with grounded stories without having to need 17 cameos and a multiverse size explosion every 30 seconds. This is exactly the direction that Marvel needs to continue if it wants audiences emotionally invested again. Sometimes the stakes can simply just be Peter Parker trying to live his life. I'd say yes to a certain extent. I don't think this Spider Man movie magically fixes every problem Marvel had before. What Brand New Day does prove is that audiences are still willing to show up when Marvel gives them a character that they genuinely care about and a story that it feels like it has a reason to exist. That's the cultural win of this movie. I'm going to keep it real with you. I feel that it is possible. I don't think Brand New Day necessarily has the cultural earthquake status of the OG Spider-Man, The Dark Knight, Into the Spider-Verse, or even No Way Home. Those movies became moments. Brand New Day feels more of an important chapter. Whether we're still going to quote it, recreate scenes, and debate about it, or even put it on our Spider-Man Mount Rushmore 10 years from now, that's going to depend on what happens next. Brand New Day doesn't necessarily feel like the conclusion of anything. It actually feels like the beginning of something. And considering the title, maybe that's exactly what Marvel wanted. He finally gets a brand new day and has righteously earned it. I'm grading Spider Man Brand New Day with a mango of an 8 out of 10. It's not perfect and it doesn't completely reinvent Spider Man. And I definitely have questions about where Marvel is going to take certain characters, but I absolutely enjoyed this movie. I love seeing every time that he's on screen. I personally recommend for y'all to watch it. All right, we're switching gears now from superheroes to Netflix chaos with 72 hours. And no, it's not a thriller. This is a comedy starring Kevin Hart with a supporting cast of Marcelo Hernandez, Mason Gooding, Cam Patterson, Ben Marshall, and Tiana Taylor, which follows a 40-year-old advertising executive who gets accidentally added to a Gen Z group chat and crashes their wild 3-day Miami bachelor party with generational divides, partying, and wild situations that makes it quite the unforgettable weekend. Honestly, it's a pretty solid comedy. It's very much giving Gen Z's The Hangover. The comedic timing was there. Some of the jokes actually landed.
You like the inside of a rich dude's jacket? Oh, congrats on your quinceanera. That's huge.
And there were moments where I found myself laughing a little bit, like the party bus scene, the emotional check ins, which I'm here for, and the whale dicks. One of the memorable one liners was Floyd Gayweather. Yeah, that got me. This is one of those movies where you just want to chill, turn your brain off for a bit, and then laugh at other people's terrible decisions instead of making your own. There were definitely moments where a bit of the comedy crossed over to the cringe territory. Some of the jokes felt like they were trying a little too hard to become the next viral clip, like Kevin Hart turning into Ricardo Montoya. Okay, part of it was funny, and part of it was interesante. Mira, we know what Kevin Hart is capable of in terms of comedy films, and we know what to expect already. But there were moments where I was watching this like, Kevin, who the fuck is Ricardo? And what telenovela research were you watching? You have a lot of funny people in this movie and some good solid actors. I didn't love it, but I did like it. The third act, it wasn't where I thought it was going to go. If somebody texted me and asked, I just want to watch something funny and chill tonight, what do you recommend? I'd probably suggest this film. The movie just needs to clock in, make you laugh, cause a little chaos, and then just clock right back out. If this algorithm reaches to his people or to himself, Marcelo, compa, be in more movies. You got that charisma. And those scenes involving the book, I felt that. 72 hours, I'm going to grade it a 5 out of 10. It's fun, funny in certain scenes. The cast undeniably brings the energy. And they did this group project for the best of their ability. But just be aware of some of the cringe, some of the hit or miss humor. And Kevin Hart's Ricardo Montoya. After seeing Brand New Day, I was having these talks with friends about ranking all of the Spider-Man films. It has been quite the hot topic lately, from Toby's nostalgia to Andrew's comically accurate betrayal to Tom's expansion. Before this reporting, I rewatched all of Tom's, all of Andrew's, and I got to Tom's Far From Home because No Way Home is still in here. And as of right now, here are my current rankings in terms of all of the Spider-Man films. My top three are, I'm going to say Spider-Man 2, Dr. Octo, and the timeless themes of sacrifice, plus the emotional depth and the action, top tier. No Way Home is my number two. Those cameos and that emotional depth as well just gets me every time. And you know what? I was going to include Across the Spider-Verse as number three since the animation and the story and the music is just splendid, despite how that's Miles Morales. Now, if we don't include Miles and we just stick with Peter Parker himself, then my number three is readjusted to I'm a tie between two particular films, but my gut is saying the original Spider-Man because of the memorable Green Goblin, the emotional ties of losing Uncle Ben, and the iconic quote itself stems from that film. My honorable mention is indeed Brand New Day. Now, this may be subject to change in the future, so don't get heated with my rankings, okay? Y'all go ahead and let me know which are in your top three. I can't believe that we're in August already. Before you know it, we'll be popping fireworks again like it's literally a brand new year. let's go over the highest grossing films of the first half of 2026. So the top 5 that were listed between January and the end of the June were Super Mario Galaxy at 1 billion, Michael also over a billion, Toy Story also at a billion, The Devil Wears Prada 2 at 690 million, and Project Hail Mary at 684 million. Whew, what a year for movies. I mean, y'all showed up for video game adaptations, music biopics, legacy sequels, original sci-fi, and even horror with Obsessions and Backrooms. This next half of 2026 will be high-key mind-blowing, especially with Odyssey and Brand New Day joining the billion-dollar club. The list has now changed, and with highly anticipated releases later this year, like Hunger Games, Sunrise of the Reaping, Dune 3, and Avengers Doomsday, it's gonna be quite the event. So I'll be doing a new list at the end of the year, and of course, like last year, I'll be listing my top 10 favorite films of 2026. And now, let's take off to the part of the show where we press pause on the headlines, step away from the cameras, and get to know a bit of our audience a little bit better with my next segment, Off Script Stories. Today's guests, they have a journey that's uniquely their own, filled with unexpected moments, lessons learned, plenty of laughs, and maybe even a few plot twists along the way. Let's pull back the curtain, go off script, and let's welcome my guests, Amber and Miguel.
Just dig it.
No, you're fine. Hey, listen.
Hey, what's good, gang? I'm pretty sure y'all forgot about me, but hey, I'm back.
Oh, shut up.
So what the fuck going on?
We have met with our dance background, so for those who don't know at home, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourselves and reintroduce you? So,
I started dance probably in high school. I was always a cheer girly, actually. I did all-star cheer. Middle school to freshman year.
mhm.
But then I got out of it because my mom was like, well, it's either 15 or you're gonna continue cheer because all my all-star cheer girlies know that that's expensive as hell.
Yes, it is.
So they took me out of cheer because I wanted the 15. And then I got back into it during COVID era with K-pop. Then I joined a K-pop team. And now we're here and I'm doing like just regular dance.
Yeah, she is killer when it comes to her moves. All right, Miguel, let's reintroduce you.
Okay, hey, what's poppin'? I've been dancing with Chris since like 2019. Since 2019, since we met.
Yeah, bro.
April 2019, I remember that. And we just got close ever since because of movies and, of course, within the dance community. Like, I've been dancing all my life since 4th grade. Yeah, going on 4th grade. And here I am now and just still casually dancing here and there, but I'm still trying my best to improve with everything else in between, you know.
And I think that we talked about, what was it, Halloween, Scream? That was like our first stuff, because we talked about books, DVDs that we owned, and then that's how we started linking up since then.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think we spoke about, I don't know which horror movie genre that we talked about, but it was
horror.
It was horror, of course, but I think we started off with like talking about slashers.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, they could talk for hours about it.
Type shit. I mean,
I've been there.
Well, hey, you played the Scream game with us. And remember his birthday gift?
and
That game.
horror movie trivia. Yeah, exactly.
If y'all don't have horror movie trivia or the Scream game, please get it. It is awesome. What got y'all started loving movies?
There was 2 eras in my life. The first era that got me into movies was Disney Channel originals.
Oh, yeah, DComs.
I was so in love with
You
them.
did. I was well, okay. The 20th anniversary already passed, so you get a pass me now. Hey, bro. Tell us what you loved about it.
I loved it because it was like kind of romanticizing like what the future could hold as a kid. Because as a kid, you're like, oh, I can't wait to grow up. But then got to high school.
You're like, fuck that.
This is high school. Get me the fuck out of here.
You need a diploma.
And then after that, I was in love with Lemonade Mouth.
Lemonade Mouth?
Lemonade Mouth.
Oh, yeah, no, Lemonade Mouth. You're taking me back.
Yeah, I would have been like the late 2000s Disney Channel originals. But my second era, like when I was in middle school, was probably like Marvel movies. Because my cousin, I grew up with little boy cousins, and that's all they were into. So I would only watch Marvel, like all the boyish, tomboyish movies.
Okay, then you know what? Before we get to you, let me ask you the question. Because I had asked my previous guest about his top 5 favorite Marvel movies. Can you name your top 5?
I would definitely say the first Black Panther,
Yes.
Endgame.
Oh, yes.
This is gonna. I'm gonna get so clowned for this, but I love Electra.
Okay. It is part of Marvel Comics, but not part of the MCU.
Yeah,
Because she's a great character.
and then I like Iron Man,
Yes. First one?
first one.
Oh, okay.
And then I will say, how many do I have left? 2?
Yes. Electra's given a little bit of a pass.
Dang. I'm like blanking out.
There's Thor 1, 2, and 3, Incredible Hulk, and there's Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man ones with Tom Holland, Captain Marvel, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Age of Ultron.
Ooh, I always say Age of Ultron.
Okay, that's 4. So you just need one more. There's also the Marvels, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four is the little.
It's the best one out of all the 3 that were previously made.
That's true. Nah, I would have to probably say
Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi's also on there.
it's true. I have to go with Incredible Hulk.
That's a great one. Edward Norton really did the damn thing out there. Okay, so now let's go with you. What got you into movies?
I mean, shit. I just grew up watching movies just out of random, even if when they're rated R. There was no limits of me growing up for whatever movie I was watching to get really hooked up on whatever storyline there was. Even though I didn't understand as a kid or any jokes, I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm like, this is some good shit right here. Yeah, I think we already know what that, well, for the ones that don't know, the
Plymouth Fury.
yeah, it's about a 1950 Plymouth Fury, a haunted car that kills people named Christine. And that one has been my top favorite horror movie ever since, like, just like me growing up. And that just makes me want to purchase or even find that car in these days.
Y'all, he's not kidding. He really does want it.
I'm gonna put you in that car.
No, you're not. No, you cannot. I am not trying to get possessed by that car.
She won't buy it, but I trust she won't buy it.
No, she will kill.
Exactly.
Hey, just don't fuck her over. I mean, that's mainly what it is.
As y'all can see, it's quite a blend every single time that we get to hang out. What would you say is like a hot take in the film industry that you want to get off your chest?
I think people need to stop saying that every movie is timeless. It's a masterpiece. Because guys, we need to stop doing that title every damn movie. No.
Okay, wait, hold on, wait.
I mean,
What?
she not wrong with that, but I mean,
Okay, well, hold on. All right, let's name a few examples. What are some that they're saying is iconic and timeless and a masterpiece?
I think recently people go into the movie Weapons, the movie
Okay, you know what? No, that's not a masterpiece. No, the Naruto run, forget it. No.
takes me back to 2016.
So I agree with you. Weapons is not a masterpiece. What's another one that they're using?
know that they recently used it for like the new Superman.
No, that's not a masterpiece either. What is going on?
I don't know, bro. Like I said, they should be throwing that word everywhere. Like I just be seeing a review and they just be like, "This is a masterpiece. You must see in the theater." Stop listening.
Shit ain't real.
Well, maybe the boss are like in Superman. You know, the monkeys that are angry and they're just tucking in. Like that's got to be them.
I think should stop showing the whole movie in their trailers.
I truly agree. Like that.
In this day,
Yeah, in this day and age, whenever we go to the movies and try to watch a brand new movie that came out and we see like previous trailers for upcoming movies, either like for this coming year or next year, basically we just saw the whole fucking movie within like 3 to 4 minutes, like
Except for Avengers Doomsday.
let's go back to 15-second.
like at least 50 seconds, or at least like a teaser of like that just gets you excited, like gets you off your seat, like, oh shit, I can't wait to see this movie. Hopefully there won't be any more trailers to spoil it.
No, there's gonna be a lot. We have to see trailers in order to know what the movie's gonna be about.
Yeah.
So okay, why don't y'all tell me like the last movie trailer you saw that made you say that, oh, I have to see that movie.
Probably Endgame.
Facts.
Same game. It wasn't too much, but it was just enough. Like, especially with like this day and age, like the attention span on like kids and even like sometimes even us, sometimes I catch myself doing it. Our attention span is so short. So I feel like when you have long trailers, it's like, fuck, I already saw the movie.
Yeah, you already know. You already know a whole plot.
I was thinking the trailer that I liked, even though I really disliked the movie, 28 Years Later. Now I'm going to that trailer. It didn't give anything away, but I really liked it. Like, do you have a trailer, Emily?
The movie title was called like Evil. What was it?
Evil Dead Burn.
Evil Dead Burn. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, or whoever saw it, they say it's ass. I'm like, hey, like, I won't know until I see it myself. I'd rather just wait till, like, either I stream it or
We told Joe first. He's a diehard horror movie fan.
I mean, like basically, I'm just there for the blood and gore. Or if there's like some type of timeline that's connected to the previous movie, then okay, I'll pay attention. But I'm not gonna just be like, this is the best fucking movie.
Bro, Evil Dead were standalone sequels. I don't even think they have any ties to the previous ones. So then we got Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead Burn. What's the third one gonna be?
I know a good trailer. Dang, I need to get it in my head. That was recent too. That was just enough, but not too much.
Okay, go for it.
Final Destination, the new one, where they just showed the cutscene of just the guy.
Oh, the guy at the tattoo shop.
Tattoo shop. That's all they.
Oh, Final Destination Bloodlines?
Yeah, Bloodlines. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like that one was like, oh, like it.
That was a good teaser.
That was a good teaser, and I was cringing. I was like, oh, shit.
Okay, well, y'all, this segment is off-script stories. So here's the thing. I'm going to need both of y'all to give me some funny anecdotes that have happened to y'all, whether it was a movie date, Halloween party, costume party.
Wait, I already know mine.
You got the floor.
Okay, so this took place back in, you were there, of course. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were.
Oh, dang, I'm scared.
You're remember this night. It took place in a house party back in was like 2022, I'm assuming. And I dressed up as Michael Myers.
Oh, I know where with this.
And of course, me over here just, chilling and having a good time, like with her and her friends, and
Was not chill.
I was busting a move as Michael Myers.
Abigail Myers.
Miguel Myers.
I mean, whatever you want to call me. Whatever you want to call me.
Tell me, who recorded it?
That's a good question. I do not know who he was. It was just some stranger, and like I got viral on TikTok for that year, and then his profile's gone. Like, it's gone now. It was another person that recorded me and posted me on TikTok and got viral off of it, but of course nobody knew who I was. So
Bro, you just exposed yourself.
and now, okay, now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know who's behind the mask. Yeah, if anyone has ever seen that TikTok, like not that long ago, if not, I don't know. Like,
We're not going to get into the specifics of the content, but if anyone can send me the video, I'll tell you yes or no if that is.
the fucking West floor filled with alcohol was crazy. And this is when Halloween Kills was released.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
I mean, Chad, like, do you think that one was a really bad sequel, or do you think Ends is the most like atrocious thing that it was ever?
Ends is atrocious.
The chat just said that movie was ass. Just keep going. The next thing. Okay.
Wait, what's your story?
Wait, what was the question?
Okay, you take flat.
Anecdote. Funny anecdote to tell us. It could even involve K-pop demon hunters.
Bro, everyone always thinks of me as K-pop demon. Look, I love it.
She really liked it.
But damn, man, too.
You look amazing.
I mean, Miguel already knows this, but one of my favorite comedy movies of all time is Morbid.
Hey, top tier. Hey,
Norbit?
hey.
Me and my cousins
Okay.
probably streamed that movie
I gotta hear this.
like 20 billion times. Like, I know that movie line for line, but I thought it was so funny that I didn't know until I met Miguel, and he was like, oh yeah, Eddie Murphy plays all the characters.
Yeah, he does.
He plays Asian. He plays the Asian man.
Yes.
Wait, you're right.
Mhm.
And I just love that movie. Me and my cousins, we always used to stream that movie. Like, we would go camping, like, we would go on vacation, just go to the beach. Like, we just had to have a copy. And I remember I got so mad because my uncle, he got divorced from his wife,
Okay.
or his girlfriend at the time. I don't even think they were married.
Bro.
And she took the copy of Morbid with her that was always at my grandparents' house. Like, I swear, like, that was our Bible. And she
Not
was,
a Norbit Bible.
and she took it with her. And me and my cousins were so pissed off. We're like, how dare she take their only copy of Norbit?
What's her verse? Eddie Murphy 316? Hey, shout out to Eddie Murphy, a great king of comedy. I'll tell you that. But Norbit, I would not expect that from you.
I'm such a comedy person. Like, if you ask me, go every time we watch movies, it's either Norbit, Superbad, Neighbors,
Super bad, yes.
or Project X. Those are literally my top 4 movies.
I missed the like like early 2000 high school comedies. Like, where did all that go, man? Like, chicka, yeah, yeah.
He's literally my spirit animal.
Gangsters.
I used to have, you just awoken a core memory in me because I used to have a fake ID with McLovin on it. So McLovin had, I forgot what website you could go to, but you went on the website, put in your own picture, and it was the McLovin format. And I walked around high school like proudly because of that ID.
I mean,
It was tight.
yeah, it was a time.
Yeah. So I didn't really get into like the comedy movies, such as like scary movie. I thought they were funny.
Yeah.
But my type of humor was always like those four. Like
What's the latest high school movie we've got lately? Mean Girls, the musical.
trash.
Okay, so I remember you told me that you had something as a surprise for me, and I have no idea what it is. So I'm a little nervous now. What's the surprise for me?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hey, yo, chill out.
We're keeping that. We're keeping that.
Chill the fuck out there. Hey, bro.
We need to touch some grass for a little bit. Okay, what's the surprise?
We finally watched The Odyssey. Hey!
Okay. Okay, I can't wait to hear it. Tell me your thoughts.
I thought it was movie of the year. Beautiful, beautifully adapted. My only regret is I couldn't watch it in 70mm at the theater because it sold out until like next week. And I was impatient and I forced Miko to go watch it. 'Cause I was tired of hearing about it at work, hearing about it on social media. It was just, let me just watch it.
Yes.
So
Don't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it.
They had 3,000 years to read the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's trying to know it by now.
It's on time.
Not you exposing yourself. You're telling everybody to go read it, but yet you haven't read it.
I hardly have time myself.
This is the Iliad and the Odyssey. So the fact that she said this as a surprise, what a coincidence. Now finish what were you saying?
I think it was a beautiful movie. I think it made me cry like 3 times.
You think it made you cry?
No, it did.
She did.
I was trying to recount in my head, okay, credit this scene, credit this scene, and credit this scene. But I don't know how Christopher Nolan's gonna top that one. I think obviously it could be to Interstellar, but that's just my opinion.
Interstellar was definitely one of my all-time favorites. I don't know how you can top that.
Yeah,
So y'all loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I was very anticipated because like I didn't know what was like the hype about it. 'Cause then again, I don't know anything about Greek mythology, so
Here's your chance.
well, all right.
Kidding that.
Okay, so yeah, basically it opened my eyes and I just gave it a chance and
Your eyes were closed before the movie started?
okay, I'll be honest. Okay, I'll be honest. Like the first 30 minutes, I was kind of like, I was waiting. I was waiting for something to happen. And I'm like,
That was a slow burn.
I thought it was a slow burn in the beginning.
Pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, but I was locking in. I was paying attention, even though like I don't know, like the names were hard to keep up. But overall, it was beautifully made.
Yes.
One of the best pictures I've seen so far.
Mhm.
I knew it had a hate before then. Like with the first trailer, like
Unnecessary.
it was unnecessary hate, and I didn't understand it. I saw the trailer when, like, the first trailer came out. I was like, hey, what is this about? I don't know anything about this. I'm like,
It's a good fish.
yeah, it's a beautiful fish.
This is like you said, it's a great adaptation of it. Christopher Nolan is one of the most genius directors of our time, and y'all can hear it before because I went into depth with this movie. I don't understand the hatred for this movie just because Lupita Nyong'o is Helena Troy, beautiful Helena Troy, by the way, and having Elliot Page be sent on where all the conservatives are saying that he's Achilles. Google is free. Do your research, y'all.
And they act like it was such a big deal. Like,
Yeah,
They all said it was historically inaccurate. What the fuck? It's a book of fiction. There are sirens. There are cyclops. There are sea monsters. Like, tell me where that exists.
you go ahead and get mad at people that make Percy Jackson on Disney Plus too.
shit. We can go into the oceans and find out.
I told Miko I think it's gonna win film of the year.
I thought that last year, and then look what happened.
But I said so far.
Do y'all think he has a high chance of the Oscars for 2027?
So because Christopher Nolan, what he's really known for is his old school way of filming.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and with his success with Oppenheimer sweeping literally that year that he dropped that movie, I think this movie's gonna do the same thing. If it goes at this rate, if nothing drops better than this, I think it's.
I have been seeing numerous comments about people praising Anne Hathaway as Penelope. They're all saying that she's setting a new standard because you wait your man for 20 years, and the only way to marry her was whoever can string this arrow. That's a new level of standard for all women there. And then Matt Damon should definitely get an Oscar nomination at least. He said this was the most challenging role.
Okay, I gotta be honest here. Really? Okay.
What?
Okay, Matt Damon's character, I am not gonna fucking lie. When I
What?
first saw the character, I swear to God, I thought it was fucking Vince from Fast and Furious.
You're the.
I swear to God, I thought that was Vince from Fast and Furious. Like, it kind of looks like him, just more older. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, it's Matt Damon.
Matt Damon has the meme out where they're all trying to rescue him. There are 4 movies all trying to rescue Matt Damon. Keep it going.
He has his own genre. The thing I feel people like fail to realize is it's an adaptation, which means it's a story that can be brought to life by its own director. And I don't think Christopher Nolan did it wrong in doing that.
I agree with that. I'm glad that he tuned out all the noise because he said that the internet was being irrelevant because they haven't experienced the film yet.
Then you watch it.
Exactly. They're literally just like judging it like without even watching.
Just by it because of a black actress, a trans actor, and then that's all the
People need to just chill the fuck out. Like, make your own fucking movie to see how it does.
Thank you. Facts.
Make your own fucking movie. I mean,
And would y'all watch it again?
I
I would buy it.
would.
There you go.
I would buy it.
Now, before we wrap up the podcast, I have one final question for you. I need y'all to tell me a movie in your collection that has attributed to the person that you are today.
Obsession.
No. Get it out of
Nikki is I am one with Nikki. Oh no, don't do it. I love that movie so much.
I didn't even sleep that night, and I worked the following morning.
I didn't sleep that night either.
I literally slept with the kitchen light on, and you told me that, hey, can you go check the doors? I'm like, well, they're locked. I go outside my room.
It really is inspiring because it just shows like you don't have to be like, the most well-known, richest person to make a movie. Like you could already start as a YouTuber.
While you have the 3 dots above your head, what about you? What a movie that has helped shape who you are today?
Okay, now the first movie that I grew up watching that I never really, never get tired of, never get bored of. For the ones that don't know, it's named Boulevard Nights. And that one is a complete hidden classic. And of course, it's not as popular. It's about, of course, like a Chicano, deals with like Chicano gangs, lowriders. I grew up with
Didn't I watch it at your house because you introduced it to me that one time?
yes, I introduced you to that.
I haven't.
Everybody.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it since then, so I need to rewatch it again.
I see this as he showed the movie.
I mean, like,
I thought you were going to say Break It.
okay, Breaking that, of course, that influenced me on me like getting into like dancing in the first place.
So Breaking, yes.
So Breaking was one of
Boulevard Nights.
Boulevard Nights because that deals with a lot of a culture style,
Yeah.
and of course dealing with like the reality of gang violence at the time, and of course it's still happening today, but back then it was like with the Chicano movement,
Yes.
and that's the reason why that movie like didn't get as popular back then because of that, and real life gang members got mad because of that adaptation of the movie.
Hey, Chicanos exist.
And they still do. You just don't know where. And of course, the last movie, The Outsiders. That one,
Yeah.
that one is a complete classic. I read the book when I was in 7th grade. Loved the book. Loved the movie as well. It like only if you watch the complete novel. It's basically the same thing as a book, just minor like tweaks here and there. But overall, like it's a timeless classic. I really enjoyed watching that movie from time to time, and just
I have no objections. Those are actually great choices.
I mean, hey, like I'm all about classics. So like you can ask me about whatever classic movie, and if I haven't seen it, I'll definitely give you a shot.
Yeah.
Did you come up with your answer?
Yeah, he's like an oldies guy. I'm like the opposite. Like,
Okay, so we're going to hear him all again.
It's just a track. I mean, it's a track. Come on.
That's true.
well, I do think it did shape me in a way. I actually have to bring this up because it made my love for dancing in the first place.
Mhm.
But I would have to say Step Up 3 for that one.
3D.
Because I didn't grow up with the original.
Mhm.
And I never even seen the original until I was older. And then once part 2 came out, I think I was also too young to understand. And then when 3 came out, I saw moves and I was like, yeah, I want to be a dancer.
Moose and then like every girl's crush. And every guy wants to be Moose. Shit, I wanted to be Moose. I wanted to be Moose too. And yeah, that's not enough. But yeah, no, Moose is literally number one. That's actually a great movie. Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, so honestly, yeah, top tier. It's one of the top tier step up movies. Well, you know what? We're gonna have to talk about the Step Up franchise for when y'all return for part 2.
I know every single movie like the back of my hand.
Even the first one, I've seen the first one, and it's like this one's a classic. It is a classic, but of course that one is not as appreciated as like as it should. It's more of like a love story in a way. Well, remember this year is the 20-year anniversary of the first Step Up.
Oh, really?
Yes, back then when Channing Tatum used to dance. Well, I mean, he still can dance Magic Mike style. Those are great movie options. And then I want to thank you all for being here. I can't wait to see y'all return again. And y'all, this is what life is like with them two and have us three here every single time. So, type shit. Yeah. So, I had a great time with y'all. Oh, yeah.
I will talk about my next favorite franchise, John Wick Begins.
Wait, what?
John Wick Begins, my favorite franchise.
Y'all know you know. Okay, I'm going to keep that in mind. All right, so y'all, I'm Christopher Not Nolan, and this is Off Script Stories. Now, let's step away from dissecting the films and we're going to get to the behind the scenes of what's being spilled on the streets. Y'all already know by now, it's the real talk. I just found out I have been pronouncing a certain actress's name wrong. I was saying Aisa Gonzalez. She went ahead and corrected everybody mispronouncing it and said it was Aiza Gonzalez. My bad. In regards to Spider-Man, the actress from No Way Home, Mary Rivera, who played Ned's grandma, has unfortunately passed away at 82 in Honolulu due to reportedly a severe stroke, and she was unfortunately removed from life support. Her family has spoken out saying that her appearance in the film was one of her proudest accomplishments. I'm glad that she got to be involved in a historic scene that will go down in cinema history, and my condolences go out to her family for this unfortunate time in their lives. She may have had a small role, but she leaves behind a lasting impression and will live forever in the world of film. We will promise to clean the cobwebs. Also, RIP to Sam Neill from Jurassic Park, who died at 78 to pneumonia after overcoming a cancer battle. My condolences to his loved ones as well. Oof, both of these were hard to process. Moving on. Charles Melton has reportedly turned down the role of Beast for the new X-Men Mutant saga. That's actually a bit shocking because I felt that he would have been great for that role, but oh well. And after hearing that Samara Weaving has been cast as Emma Frost and Kit Connor as Cyclops, damn, I still wanted that role. I wonder who's going to be Beast then. And lastly, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey has not just joined the $1 billion club. It is now the highest grossing film in his entire career, currently at $1.2 billion as of this moment, replacing The Dark Knight Rises. I have seen it 5 times. Don't judge me, okay? To see this new milestone of his is incredible. The people surely have spoken. Despite the trolls with no profile pictures commenting on my videos that no one else has been talking about it but you. You know what? Come up with a better handle, get some character development in your profiles instead of making it look like it was yesterday, and fix your algorithm. A little side note. I do miss the days where a movie didn't always need a sequel. Sometimes stories are just best told once, and then we come back to it out of nostalgia. Independence Day didn't need a sequel. Dumb and Dumber did not need a sequel. And it's not like we need a 250 Days of Winter or a 13 Going on 30 reboot, which is too soon, by the way. Let's leave some films alone that can create more stories to be on its own and that could potentially become a new franchise. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Let me know where Brand New Day lands in your Spider-Man rankings. Until next time, keep supporting the movies you love, keep the conversations going, and catch you in the next frame.